Gather around, everybody. It's once again time for story time. And you know what? For everybody with ADHD like me, guess what we got in the background? Crime Scene Cleaner. Gives everybody something to focus on as I struggle to read this fanfic. And the title of it is Sensitive Bottom Leon X Top Male Reader. So let's get right into this fanfic, shall we? And here's the summary for it. While Leon was finishing up some last minute work, you accidentally discovered his nipples are extremely sensitive, so you managed to coax him into leaving his work to sleep with you instead. Ooh, I'm so excited I could be slapping my belly like a seal that's happy. That's how excited I am right now, so let's get right into this. Fuck, Leon hissed. Something had brushed against his shirt and his nipples started to sting. He had no idea why they became so sensitive all of a sudden, but it got him all hot and bothered. Ooh. More of a nuisance than anything, really. He had too much work to get done, plus he knew you'd take advantage of it if you found it, but maybe that wouldn't be so bad. Twirls hair, twirls my pubes. You came out of the bathroom soaking wet. Soon, stepping into the bedroom you and Leon shared while you patted yourself dry with a towel. He was sitting there at a desk, working away on his laptop. You stood behind him and gave him a little peck on the cheek. Your hair wasn't dry yet. A bead of water slid down a thin strand and landed on his shirt, making him wince. Oops, sorry, I probably should have dried off better, you chuckled, glancing down at where the water drop fell. Damn, his nipples were really hard, like noticeably hard. You cold? No, not really. Why? He answered, confused. You could cut glass with those things, you remarked, giggling to yourself. He glanced down and scoffed in response before sinking deeper into his chair. You got so much amusement out of teasing him, and who could blame you? Seeing one of the best, most serious agents get red in the face is quite amusing. A couple hours had passed by now, and it was getting late. You walked up to Leon, who was still sitting at the desk, and wrapped your arms around him, burying your face in his shoulder. Come on, baby, let's go to bed, you cooed. Yeah, just give me a bit, I'm not done yet, he responded, barely paying you any mind. You lifted your head, just enough to see that his nipples were still hard. You unintentionally grazed one with your thumb, earning a twitch from Leon, but he was still engrossed in his work. You'd need to do more to get him to go to bed with you, so you did just that. You caressed his chest with your palms, your hands slowly sliding down to his sensitive nubs, pressing your palms against them before lightly dragging your fingers across. Leon damn near folded. He definitely wouldn't get any work done now. He let out a heavy breath, something akin to a sigh, and bit his lip in an attempt to keep quiet. Leon was no idiot. He knew what you were doing, but he didn't want to give you the satisfaction of making him give in. Come on, cut it out. I have a lot of work to do. He fumbled his words, suddenly unable to take control of his tongue. You smirked against his neck as his words reached your ears. It was working, and you both knew it. It didn't take long before you were on top of him, kissing him with a fervidity that was unparalleled while you straddled his sensitive body. Yes, bring back straddling, yes! Leon let out a series of breathy moans in between kisses, arching towards your hands as you rolled his nipples around your fingers. You pulled away to hear soft moans, trailing your tongue down his neck in the meantime. He shivered at the feeling of your tongue lapping? I don't know, at his jugular, grinding his hips in search of friction. You brought your tongue down to his chest, delicately swirling around his areola, teasing the whimpers out of him. The anticipation made him twitch, and he lifted his head to look at you, his eyes a deep shade of blue that twinkled when they absorbed the light. It was hard to deny him more than you already have, so you gave him what he wanted. You licked his nipple before pulling it into your mouth and sucking on it. Breastfeeding! Leon let out a deep, guttural moan, throwing his head back onto the pillow as you continued to stimulate his sensitive nub. Pitching the other with your hand, you caressed it with your tongue as you continued to suck, making it impossible for Leon to keep his composure. You felt his boner press against your rear as you grinded his hips into yours, so you fumbled with his belt, unbuckling it half-hazardly before pulling his pants off. You went back to fondling his nips, this time switching to the other and watching him writhe under you. You brought your fingers up to his mouth, silently demanding him to suck. He obeyed without hesitation, sucking and licking your fingers with a vehemence that made your wiener twitch. You move your fingers to his rear, using his saliva as a lube to prepare his hole. He whined as you slipped your fingers inside, slowly driving them in and out until you could fit a third. You got off the bed and pulled your clothes off, manhandling Leon, lining him up with your groin. You want it, don't you? You taunted. Leon nodded in response. Say it. Tell me how much you want my wiener. Leon swallowed his pride and begged you to put it in. Please, I want it so badly. I need it, he beseeched. You slowly began to push yourself inside his tight hole, inch by inch. Leon moaned the more you filled him, raspy and desperate. Once you pushed yourself all the way in, you began to move, thrusting in and out at a slow pace, but that didn't last long. You were railing him like your life depended on it. Leon choked out moans and whimpers, looking up at you longingly while you pounded him nonstop, his blonde strands of hair falling on his flushed face. He wrapped his legs around you, pulling you in closer and gripping the sheets as he made eye contact. You groaned. Just the sight of him made you go crazy. Leon's moans grew higher in pitch as he approached his climax, his wiener throbbing in his hand. I'm so close, he whispered, his moans turning into breathy whines. You could feel his walls clenching around you, refusing to let you go. With one final whimper, he shot his load onto his stomach, his abs glistening with cream. You followed soon after, pushing yourself inside of him as you came deep in his hole. Now that, 10 out of 10, story of the year, dare I say? Oh, I do. I'm gonna need a second chapter of this post-haste, please and thank you.